Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you to the Associate Justices for your appearance. And let me say at the outset that I fully support and appreciate the need for the upgraded security that has been requested, and I think Congress will be responsive. The Supreme Court contracts many of the security services, and for example, you contract with the Chertoff Group since 2018. The services it's provided include consultation on protecting your homes, on review of the Dobbs leak investigation that was conducted by the Marshal's Office. In addition, the individuals who man the magnetometers at the court entrance are not members of the Supreme Court Police, but they work for an outside firm. And each of these contracts can run into the millions of dollars, yet the court does not have the same contracting obligations under federal law that other parts of the government do. In the interest of transparency, would the court consider publicly listing any contract that it has with an outside firm, security or otherwise, whose annual value is greater than $1 million?
I think we have, Justice Barrett and I have not considered that question or addressed that question, so I think we would need to go back and take it to people who have thought about that issue more.
Okay. All right, but let me switch to another more policy-driven concern. As of July 10th of this year, 75% of President Trump's appointees to the circuit and district court judgeships over the combined course of his first term and the current term have been men. Additionally, 84% of the appointees have been white, male or female. And when looking across all of the active circuit and district court judges as of July 10th, regardless of which president appointed them, nearly 60% are men. Additionally, 66% are white. Can you both speak to the importance of having a diverse federal bench that's representative of the country's demographics? And might you also add the experiential and other diversity for the courts itself, for the court itself, in your choice of your clerk pool?
Well, I'll take the clerk pool, if that's okay. You know, we all run our chambers differently, and each of us hires for himself or herself, and so I can really only speak for myself on this. I value diversity of all kinds. I value diversity along the lines that you mentioned. I value diversity in terms of backgrounds and views, and you know, to make sure that I get all different kinds of backgrounds and experiences when I'm talking with my clerks, in particular. And I've you know, found over the years that that's perfectly possible to do. You know, the standards for a Supreme Court clerk are very high. It requires outstanding law school records. It requires, you know, 2 prior clerkships, usually maybe 1, and judges who think very highly of the person. Sometimes now we're looking at people who have worked in other jobs before they come here, and we still have more qualified people, more exceptionally qualified people than any of us are able to take. And I find over time that you know, that it's good to have diversity of background and experience, and that is you know, very possible to do given our applicant pool now.
Thank you. Very quickly, I'm told that most of the justices and their clerks read your briefs electronically. So I just want to ask why the court requires the litigants to print and to file 40 copies of their briefs in most instances, which can sometimes cost them up to $10,000. Is there are there basis for income-based waivers, and doesn't the printing requirement now seem to be unnecessary?
We do have, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't want to We do have informa papera status, which helps indigent litigants. I will say that some of us do read hard copies. I am old school in that respect. But I think those questions are ones that the clerk's office works out to help those who cannot afford.
Support journalism you trust. Support PBS News. Donate now, or even better, start a monthly contribution today.